Today we're going to be cleaning a Heritage 22 caliber single action revolver. I'm going to show you the steps on how to tear it down and where to clean and how to get this functioning and looking good again. But first, I'd like to show off my new gun cleaning mat. Ordered this from gungoddess.com. Man, they were quick about it. I think I ordered it Thursday and got it today, which is Monday, and I love it. It's got my logo, it's got everything on it. I'm definitely going to start using this from now on. So they were very fairly priced on it. Most gun cleaning mats I've seen are a lot more expensive, and they were on top of it. So thank you, Guns Goddess, for this beautiful cleaning mat. Alright, so here's the revolver, and first thing you want to do is make sure it is unloaded and safe to take apart. So if you're looking on the back side here, there's a little tab right here that you flip down, and you can pull the hammer back 2 clicks. Hear that? So now it'll allow you to spin the cylinder freely and check to make sure that there is nothing loaded inside of here. This is a 6-shooter, so once you've gone around once, you know that it is no longer loaded. To release the hammer, you will pull the hammer back all the way, pull and hold the trigger, and slowly bring your thumb up while still holding the trigger firmly. This will prevent it from snapping when it's trying to close, and now you are in the safe position. So there isn't much to this one. It's only about 3 parts, and then it's a bunch of scrubbing. So there's a little button right here that you will push in, and there's a pin right here. You see that little pin right here that you're going to pull out? Should just slide right out. We're going to set that aside. Now you can let go of the button. Now we're going to, same thing again, click it 2 times. There we go. And open the door you used to check to make sure it was empty. And it should just pull right out. No effort needed. If it's stuck, push it. It should just fall right out. So again, we're going to put the hammer back in normal position. That's how you do that. So what I'm going to do here is spray all this stuff down with cleaner. You can actually see how dirty that is. It's been a while since I cleaned this one. I only shoot it every now and then, so not something I maintain all the time. But spray everything you can. Get it down in the little holes, get it around. Get the pin. You want to get anywhere that's dirty. I'm going to get right inside here. This is a major dirty area. I'll get the back side as well. I'll get down in the barrel there. And we'll just kind of give it a light spray down. Let it eat and clean whatever else you want to do. I'm also going to do inside the hammer here, so I'm going to pull this all the way back and get inside there as well. So while that's soaking for a minute, let me explain what I'm using today. So as you saw, I've got my gun cleaner. Really doesn't matter what you use. Everybody has their own preferences. I'm sure it'll be discussed in the comments below. But you can use pretty much any gun cleaner. It'll do the job. And as long as you go through the steps to maintain your firearm, anything you use will be fine. I've got a soft bristle brush. So do the light cleaning. Should do the majority of the cleaning with this, unless you got something stubborn. Then I have a harder bristle brush. I personally don't use the metal or brass brush, just because I don't like scratching the bluing or scratching up the metal, or I don't like that idea, so I don't do it. I've got my bore rod here with a 22 caliber brush on it. That's what I'll use to clean the inside. Got my slotted rod for when we're cleaning out after we've scrubbed. I've got some little gun cloths here, and actually for this one I'm going to use some Q-tips. Q-tips would be a good idea for the cylinder and the smaller areas. I've got my gun oil and a rag that I only use gun oil for. Then I've got a couple rags here sitting off to the side so we can wipe off what we do. Alright, so you can let this soak as long as you want. The longer you let that sit, the more it'll eat it, make it easier to wipe off. There's really no particular order. Me personally, I like to start with smallest to largest parts. So I'm going to start with the pin that we took out. Get my little dandy brush and just kind of start going over the pin and get all the carbon broken up and loose. Brush it off. Really no pattern or rhyme or reason to going at this, because this just kind of slides in and snaps into place. So, but you want to get all this stuff off, because this does hold the cylinder in place and it rotates on it. So you don't want it to hang up on any dirt or crud or nothing. So we're just going to kind of scrub this all off. Now, take our little dandy rag, wipe it off real good. And that looks pretty clean to me. So we're going to set that off to the side. Now we're going to work on the cylinder here. I personally will take my little bore brush. This is 22 caliber brush, and I will stick it inside the holes. Give it a good scrub. This is where you load your cartridges. You don't want nothing to hang it up for being able to load it or unload it. Get all the holes. There's really no particular direction you got to go with this. I tend to go through the side that doesn't have the wheel on it, because this is flat and easier to just wipe off once I get the crud pushed through and whatnot. So, yep, I'll even do the center hole. Get that real good. Alright, set that aside. I'll go out with the brush and get anything I see going on here. outside a little bit. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alright, over to the other side. That probably looks pretty good. So now that I've scrubbed it, this is where I'll use the Q-tips and go in and wipe out the center, or the holes. You can do the center too. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. See how dirty that's getting. It's all the crud that was in there. Yeah, I'm going all the way through. And I'll even go through the center. Alright, then I'll take my rag, give this thing a wipe down, and see if I need to go at it some more. Get the edge real well. Oh yeah, all that crud off. Alright, we'll set that aside. Last piece we need to do is the pistol itself. Guess I'm gonna work the barrel first. Now, normally I tell you to go in through the back on a barrel, but this is a little difficult, and as you can see, you really don't have access to it. So, this is one of the rare occasions where I will go in through the front, and you don't want to bang. Oh, mine's actually long enough to where it won't go all the way to the end. You don't want to bang the end of this and damage the muzzle of the gun here. So take your brush and just kind of run it through and get some of that crud in the barrel out of there. You can also use this for little holes like where the pin was. You can stick it in there, clean that out as well. You might want to press the button down while you do it. Give it a easier, probably can't see that. Make it a little easier to kind of brush it. There's also a hole in the back here by the hammer. If you can get in there, go for it. Kind of get it whatever angle you can. I'm going to the chamber side now. Alright, now I'll go through and start hitting the rest up with the brush. A lot of carbon builds up right here and on the back, and and sometimes around the hammer itself. So that's main areas I'm going to scrub. You can do the trigger and the guard and anything else you want to brush off. It's not going to hurt it. Clean gun is a good gun. Anywhere you feel it needs cleaning, you just go through and scrub it. Sometimes it's easier to use a smaller brush to get in this little area. And this is where most of the carbon builds up. So we'll just kind of scrub it. You can open the door and get the little areas in there. Anywhere that might be dirty. Get whatever crud that might be on the barrel. Get the sight. Get inside of the hammer here. Anywhere you see might need cleaning. Alright, so wiping the barrel out. This is a small barrel, so we're just going to use our little slotted rod. Come here. And it does fit inside there, but not how you would normally feed it through. So I just kind of stick it on the end and push it in and push it all the way through if you can. It's very small. You know what, we're gonna go with some Q-tips here. Getting clean already. It's always a good idea to clean your pistol after any time you shoot it. Yep, now I'm going into the barrel from the back, trying to get as much as I can out of there. Don't take much, and if you clean regularly, like after every time you use it, it should be a lot easier to keep clean and get clean. So I'm going to shove this little thing in there. just to give the barrel one good final wipe. I'm just kind of twisting it in there for now, and I'll use my slotted rod to push it through, and it will come out the back here. That's it. There we go. I got a good amount of it there. Do that one more time. I'm just kind of twisting it. Give it a nice little point to get started. And then I'm going to twist it going all the way in there. Pretty far in there. I'll start pushing it. All the way through. Let's get a nice good scrape through there. Alright. That looks good. Give this a bit of a wipe down. And wipe down everywhere you just scrubbed. All that excess carbon off. Don't need any of that on there. Looks ugly and can cause problems. Alright, once you got it all wiped off, we can oil it. There's not much to oil on this thing, but I will pull out my gun oil and a clean rag that I only use for oil. I use it for nothing else. And we'll pour a little bit on here. The main areas I lubricate are the rod itself, because the cylinder does rotate on the rod, so I'll lube that. I'll lube kind of where the hammer is on the outside and on the inside, just so it has something to break in and function freely. And then I'll also do the ejection rod. There's a little spring and lever here. What that does is when you are unloading your cylinder while it's still in here, you pull this back and that rod pushes the casing out that was in there. So that I don't want that to get bound up or anything while I'm trying to unload the cylinder. So I just kind of put a swipe of oil on that as well, and then just kind of working it a little bit, let that get lubed up. After that, it's pretty much put it together. So what you'll do is you'll click the hammer back to 2 clicks again. You'll make sure the door on the side of the cylinder is open. This has a side with a circle on it. This has a side with like a little step gear on it. The step gear goes on the back side, the side with the hammer. Okay, so when you slide this in, you want to kind of hold it because it will try to fall through the other side. So put it back in, get it lined up. There we go. Alright, so it should seem kind of flush with the back here. And now I'm going to take the pin we took out, and we are going to push that button again, and we're going to slide this right in the hole so it will catch the cylinder and snap into place. The button popped out as soon as it got seated correctly. So I'll just kind of do a little rotation on the cylinder because there's oil on the pin, and kind of oil the inner part of the cylinder there. And now we're pretty much done. We're down to the final wipe down. I like to take my gloves off for this because I don't like getting oil or cleaner all over a finished and cleaned gun. So I'm going to start with the handle, work my way forward, just kind of give everything a good wipe down. A little buff and polish, never hurt nobody. Anywhere you can kind of reach, we're just doing a little final polish. Alright, there you have it. We now have a clean Heritage single action revolver, 22 caliber. I want to thank Guns Goddess again. I'll leave a link in the description below for where I got the cleaning mat here. They put my design on it, and it looks great. I think that looks awesome. One more little look at that. Thanks for watching. I also offer the online course to get your Texas license to carry a handgun. It's the 4-hour class broken down into segments and saves you progress so you can do it at your own pace. After completing the course, you will be able to print your certificate. Then, it'll help you locate an instructor close to you, no matter where you are in Texas, so you can complete the shooting portion of the course. This is all certified by the Texas Department of Public Safety. Check it out at reverendguns.com. If you have any questions or comments, please add them below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more firearms education.